study with this lovely group of teachers. And a little bit about what we've been doing. This guy right here, Dr. Yassir Eddebbar, is an actual real-life scientist at Scripps. He works on ocean climate, ocean circulation, and he was just really amazing. He came and talked to us and gave us all the information and research that he's been working on and doing, so that's kind of where all of this started.
I am Yassir Eddebbar. I'm a postdoctoral scholar at the Scripps Institution of Oceanography. What I study is generally how the ocean circulation and changes in climate impacts the chemistry and the biology of the ocean. And at the moment, I'm really focused on how oxygen in the ocean varies due to changes in currents, due to changes in temperature of the water. And I mostly use climate models and observations sort of in concert to try to understand what's driving changes in oceanic oxygen, which is really important to understand how marine ecosystems are changing over time, how fisheries are changing, and how societies can adapt to some of these changes.
And we also work with two amazing people that work at the Port of San Diego, Renee and Zach, and they gave us a whole bunch of information about what the Port of San Diego does and how they help with climate change also.
I'm Renee Yarmy. I'm a program manager here at the Port of San Diego. One of my jobs is to work with a team of people to implement the Port's climate action plan. And working at the Port of San Diego, I'm able to protect San Diego Bay and all of the natural amenities and resources we have here along our coast.
My name is Zach Birmingham. I'm a senior environmental specialist here at the Port of San Diego. I use my academic knowledge that I've gained in school, plus the practical knowledge that I gained while I was working in the industry. And I work on energy projects all over San Diego Bay and new technologies. It's a great field and I really enjoy what I do.
Here's what we're gonna do. We've been talking about water, right? Wind, climate, how all those different things affect climate. Right now, we're going to kind of move on to a little bit about climate change. So at your table and on your piece of paper, just at the top above your name, you're gonna discuss it and then you're gonna write down what you think is climate change and what causes climate change. All right, so go have a chat at your table and then write down a couple things.
My name is Celeste Gallen. I got into teaching because I started helping out in my kids' classroom and I realized that I loved it and I could see the impact that I was having on these kids that we were helping. So I went back to school. Now here I am 5 years later and it's going great. This lesson study has been really, really helpful. Working with the scientists and the other professionals has just been a really big part of it. I feel like it's brought a lot more credibility and more importance and relevance to the whole topic and the whole lesson study. I feel like reflecting on this work helps us improve our lessons, and as a new teacher, doing this and having the opportunity to talk about it and collaborate and figure out how we can make our lessons better and improve on our practice is just really, really helpful.
So have a look at this graph and then also what you're wondering about it. So look at the graph, think about what you think it's telling you, and any questions you have about it.
My name is Sarah Hillard. I have been teaching for 15 years. I come from a long line of teachers. My mom, my twin sister, my dad, brothers and aunts and uncles, and my great-grandmother taught in a one-room schoolhouse, so teaching is definitely in my blood. When you get to do a lesson study, you get to stop and reflect and think and collaborate with other intelligent professionals. As a group, we can take it back to our site and share that with our coworkers and help them have the deep understanding that we had about a lesson.
So you guys notice anything in particular about the patterns? It's hotter near the equator, okay. So the surface temperatures are hotter near the equator? Good. Anything else you guys notice about it?
My name is Sarah Fitera. I started teaching right out of college. Now in my 5th year of teaching, I have been able to go through a few different lesson studies, and I found this particular lesson study to be really great because we had the opportunity to work with professionals in the industry as well as with scientists and really bring in the information that they were able to contribute to the design of our lesson. And it also helps our students, when we can talk about those things, to think about possible future careers.
We didn't really use natural gas. It was at 0, and then around 1950, 1960 we started using it. Coal we didn't really use until about 1920, and then at 1950 started actually getting higher. Coal, we always really used it, but then at 1950 we started using it a little bit more, and then the total went up higher.
Okay, so if that's your main idea that we started to use them more around 1950, what are your supporting details for the graph?
My name is Michelle Saporito. I've been teaching for about 7 years now. So this is my first lesson study, and I feel like this gave me the actual chance of working with a scientist. These are true scientific facts that I can pull into actual lessons. So we're gonna separate you out into groups, and the table that you're at right now, this is your home group. You're gonna leave them and become an expert in one of 4 different sets of data, and then you're gonna report back to your home group.
My name is Rachael Tarshes. For the project, I was the master teacher, which means that I helped facilitate the 4 teachers who were participating in the lesson study.
I think the introduction went well. I feel like it was really good to show the kids the picture of Yassir, and we were talking to real scientists and real people that work in the field, and they were engaged with talk about what do you think climate change is and what causes climate change.
Your main idea of the graph should answer the question, how do humans contribute to the problem of global warming?
I have been a classroom teacher for 14 years.
So we want to look at the evidence that we've collected and see, maybe make our 3 piles. Got it?
Got it. What are we looking for with got it?
I have a background in biology, and then I got my master's in secondary science teaching up in Seattle. Then when I came to San Diego in 2008, that's when I started with San Diego Unified in 8th grade physical science, where I've been for about 10 years until this year. It's my first year teaching prep in elementary schools.
For the got it, don't we want them to explain what those pieces have in common? And then the medium would be they have evidence, but there's not really like a common thread. Okay.
How do you guys know that carbon dioxide is bad? What do you know about that?
Because it says heat trapping.
Oh.
No, that's trap the heat inside.
So we should get that down as a detail as well, right? That it's heat trapping? Heat trapping. Okay, you can add another bullet point on the side if you're running out of space.
Isn't that what methane is?
I learned about how to do lesson study through my work as a project director for the K-12 Alliance and the grant that San Diego Unified had for early implementation.
Asking them to help pick out evidence, look for something with a number. What do you think that number is telling you? Like this percentage of carbon dioxide emissions from this, or help them. They were figuring that out better too.
So in your expert group, you're gonna make observations on your graphs, and I'm gonna number you off for your expert groups. Number 1 is global regional temperatures. 2, agricultural activity. Number 3, cement production. And number 4, fossil fuel combustion.
The goal of the facilitator is really to get the teachers to try to get as much as they can out of the lesson study process. My job is basically just to organize them and then sit back and watch them do what they do naturally.
And that could be another piece of the structure as well. If we broke it down when they were in their small groups, then when they got to their expert group, they had to come up with the main idea. But it's almost like, could they look at it, talk about it, and then have a separate structured piece where they talk about the essential question, how is it related to humans? So if we broke that down into a separate conversation, then they might be able to talk about it.
One's reading data and one is now interpreting the data.
Right.
The 4 teachers did a great job collaboratively teaching the lesson, and then I laid a debrief in between the first and second lesson, and then they get to reteach it. And I would say 9 times out of 10 when they debrief that second lesson, they have this feeling of, I really did the best work that I could. And it comes from working on the team and collaboratively thinking about not just what the students need, but actually looking at that student work and trying to make their lesson better. The benefit of the clean energy project that we were working on was that teachers were able to take this very current, amazing science research that's happening right now and think about how to get that down to the level that a 6th grade student can understand.